waxaan haysan maxamed harari zimbabwe waan salaamaya kulligiin soomaaliya meel walba joogtaan waxaan idinku hambalyeynaya oo idin oranayaa happy hijra 1447 mubaarak waxaa laga yaabaa dadka badanaa inay leeyihiin waxaan maanta ugu oranaya arrintaa in maalin baba laga jooga ama laba maalin nevertheless as they say better day than never waxaan kaloo maanta doonayaa oo dad badan maalmahan aan isweydiinaynay oo soomaali badan ay xiisaynaysay Zohran Mamdani ninka noqon doona the New York mayor waxaa laga yaabaa siyaasadda soomaalida inay arrintaas shaqo ku lahayn laakiin clip ku dhegan hadalka markuu dhammaado aan doonaya inaad daawataan almost 22 years ago 22 sano ka hor wuxuu yidhi Mamdani oon roogna inaan u hambalyayno oon ku dayno by the way dadka badanaa waxaa laga yaabaa inayn ogeyn Mamdani wuxuu ku dhashay Kampala 91kii Uganda so waa mid qof naga mid ah annaka laakiin fadlan daawo clipka waxaan kaloo soo diri doonaa maanta clip kaloon kaga hadli doono sanad guurada 26 June aan dhaxan jirsanay ee Soomaaliya iyo Mozambique oo ayadana sidoo kale 50 sano laba maalin ka hor saasoo kale eegana loogu dabaaldegay yani waqtiga qaateen doornimada marka waan salaamayaa waan isku soo noqon doonaa oo 5 daqiiqo waan samayn doonaa waa Maxamed soo wanaagsan by the way and jihad badan baa ka soo baxay Zimbabwe I hope wasaaradda informationka Soomaaliya inay wal arrintan ay ka qaadato xoogaa fariina marka waan salaamayaa qabanayna waxaan ka hadli doonaa 5 daqiiqo baarlamaanada kii hore waagii waddanka la oran jiray Rhodesia iyo kan cusub waddanka hadda Zimbabwe oo waddan aad u horumaray ah soo wanaagsan.
My name is Zohran Mamdani. I'm the Assembly Member for the 36th District in Northwest Queens, and I introduced this legislation which is titled Not on Our Dime. And this is legislation that is saying that New York State will no longer subsidize the aiding and abetting of Israeli settlements. And what that means is that right now in New York State, we have organizations masquerading as charities sending tax-free money to the tune of more than $60 million a year to help maintain and expand settlements in Israel. And we know that settlements are illegal under international law. And so what we're saying is, if we know under the Geneva Convention this is illegal, if we know that under U.S. foreign policy we're opposed to settlement expansion and annexation, then why is New York State allowing this to happen on our dime? So what we are doing with this legislation is bringing our state in line with its values. And we're saying no longer are we going to allow war crimes to be financed tax-free through New York State. We're going to end that complicity, and we're going to stand for human rights for Palestinians.
Now, that clip you saw was a bit old. I want to get you updated. So here is Mamdani again as of the last few weeks. Enjoy it.
Tens of thousands of Jewish voters voted for Zohran Mamdani. Almost 2 years into the Gaza genocide, there's more space for people to be publicly critical of Israel and not pay an electoral price.
So many experts on the term itself and on the history of the use of that term have found it to be a correct application. And so I do not disagree in that this is a highly charged issue and the use of the term, but I do believe it is the most accurate description of what is going on.
This is an election for mayor, of a very, very big city, a very, very cosmopolitan city. He's talking to a city of millions and millions of people from every corner of the world. And here is a son of East Africa. Here is a Muslim socialist winning the primary, the nomination. The earth-shattering event really is, here is the most Jewish city in America, the most Jewish city in the world outside of Israel, in which the forces opposing Mamdani have rallied using one of their traditional fail-safes, which is to cry anti-Semitism, right? Mobilize Jewish people on the basis of here is a mortal threat to you. Here is a hater who's come to destroy you and you have to stop him, right? That's such a time-honored tactic. It means that the formula on which these people have operated for many, many years to suppress all challenges to Israel, and in this case, even to suppress somebody who's calling for fair housing, who's calling for a cost of living to make the city manageable to all its people. But you have these pro-Israel billionaires coming out and putting many, many millions of dollars into this campaign, and it hasn't worked. That is profoundly important. The reason is because basically what it does is it strikes a blow at the stranglehold of the Israel lobby on American electoral politics. Basically, the conventional wisdom for a long time in the Democratic Party has been to bow down before the AIPAC money and before the catchphrase that AIPAC throws out there, which is being pro-Israel is good policy and good politics. As in, don't try anything that's going to annoy Israel because we'll come for you. America is a really important site of the Palestinian struggle for freedom, because America is a key prop of support for all of the obstacles to Palestinian freedom, justice, and dignity. So what you have here is a moment where the conventional wisdom, should we say, is being challenged. He builds a coalition based on a progressive agenda, but he's 100% principled on Palestine. He's basically saying, of course, who isn't against genocide? Who isn't against apartheid? And who isn't for Palestinian rights, freedom, and dignity? Now, those things are taboos in Democratic Party politics. And he's proven that you can win by being principled on those positions. He's saying things that most progressive Americans actually agree with, like, equality. People, should be treated equally in any state. If a state privileges one ethnic group at the expense of others, that's apartheid. And we don't like apartheid. The forces that got out there and voted Mamdani into power are not going to be able to rest now, because the forces that he's antagonized are coming for him. And they're coming for them. They're coming for all of those voters. So the question is, are they going to stay organized? Are they ready to defend him?